nigga outside before sunrise. Old school ways, but I'm still a young guy. A real trooper, I be grinding on the front line. Hungry for the money, I'ma eat like it's lunchtime. Really out here, nigga, let's go band for band. Made a lot of transactions, I'm talking hand to hand. Based on the statistics, I never had a chance. Still I sketched a blueprint and I mapped the plan. First case crash, took me in for crack rock. 54th and Duwarty, that was the crack block. Stood solid, never folded like a laptop. Trying to get to school, getting banged on at the dash stop. Can you give me a pistol is what I asked Pops. Late nights walking through the ops on Ascot. Really repping for the team like a mascot. Doing stupid shit, I could've really got my ass shot. Second charge that I caught was a gun case. Got bail money, I ain't got a fundraise. Still remember being broke with a fun day. Overgrind cause debts can't go unpaid. So I'm serving like way to serve lunch trade. The 2 doors a Challenger, not a Mustang. Chop them down like a barber, it was one phase. Cameras everywhere, we gon' flush it if they come raid, nigga.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Young Woo back with another On The Block reaction here on The Block News. You know what to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Not later, but right now. Also, go ahead, push that hype button. Let's push this shit to the algorithm and put it in their faces. But listen, man, today I'm back with another respectable rants video. The title of this one is called KP from Rollin Hundreds, killed by 107 Hoovers. Killers arrested a year later, 4 men and 1 woman sentenced. So basically, if y'all don't know who KP is, you know that KP stands for something derogatory to the gangster Crips. You know, so I'm guessing they main enemies is the gangster Crips, like the A-Trays. Because, you know, I've heard that the A-Trays stretch to Imperial Highway. Only the A-Trays can tell you what part of their hood is theirs. You feel me? And whoever in tune with how far they go. I know my pops used to stay in the A-Tray Gangsters, you feel what I'm saying, but like on 89th in Normandy, you feel what I'm saying. But anyway, KP from Rollin Hundreds, he got killed like, I say like 10, 15 years ago, you feel me, between 10 and 15 years ago. Hold on, probably not that long, hold on. Yeah, like 10, 11 years ago, probably 9, 10, 11 years ago. He from Rollin Hundreds. They said the Hoovers did it. I remember when the shit was happening, you know, because I knew people from Hoover, you know, females talk, you know what I'm saying? So I knew the Hoovers did it when they did it, you know what I'm saying? And that shit cracked off the Rollin, the 100 days, 100 nights. I remember I was at work, nigga. I used to leave, I got cracked leaving early because, nigga, I was working up in the A-Tray Gangsters doing that 100 days, 100 nights. Nigga, I wasn't trying to be a victim, I ain't gonna lie. Nigga was like, shit, nigga finna do his work, knock it out. Nigga, and I'm gone probably like 8, 9 o'clock, nigga, until I got that call, like, where you at? I'm like, shit, it's 100 days, 100 nights. I was scared for my life. You feel me? I got, you know, I didn't lose my job that day. You feel me? I ain't lose my job. But anyway, we finna get this shit going, man. Let's get it.
Be like, KP, I'ma smoke you. I'll be like, where? They be like, I'ma catch your hood, smoke you. Where?
Shot money, drop it heat, boy.
Fear is all I see. Sitting in the silence with these insecurities. It's that you remind me you're holding me tight, and you love me completely. You're always by my side.
These photographs of Kenneth Peavy are all we have to show you of him in the prime of his life. He was murdered on 109th Street east of Hobart Avenue in South Los Angeles. Kenneth and a friend stopped here to make plans to meet someone.
Comes into view and then out of view of the camera right here. And then following him, we see the first suspect, gun in hand, chasing him as well. Once the suspect is just out of view of the camera, you'll see some muzzle flashes from the gun. And then that suspect takes off running. The second suspect runs in as well. You actually see him holding the gun and firing 2 rounds.
Hey, cuz you will not catch me slipping, ever. I know who I am. I know niggas want me. KP, yes, it's me. Automatic weapon at all times, nigga. Life insurance, if you do catch me slipping, block.
So I had to pause it early. You feel me? I don't really like doing. I don't really like taunting my ops. You feel me? I know niggas don't like me. Niggas want to harm to me. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna test that gangster like that, especially online and everything. You feel me? I don't even like saying the word never in a sentence with anything I'm saying. You feel me? Because a lot of the times when you say that, from what I seen, that shit happen. He said he'd never get caught slipping. Because he know who he is. He was a trophy from his hood. He was that nigga. From the stories I hear, I ain't never heard nothing bad about his name. You feel me? He is what you would consider a trophy. And he knew who he was. But as you see, nigga, even knowing who you are, you can still get caught slipping, So you shouldn't even put that type of energy into the world. Kids, stay out the streets. This shit ain't what you think. So what? You got guns, nigga. Everybody got guns. Everybody got access to the same thing you got access for. It ain't about what you got. It's about who up it first. Y'all. I know y'all little Dirk fans. I know y'all listen to his music. He understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? The situation he got caught on, he got caught in some basketball shorts and some slippers and a t-shirt. And they say the plan was to meet a friend. I don't know too many niggas pulling up late night in their slippers or coming outside in their slippers to hang with the homies. It used to be a saying, you used to have to do 52 push-ups, you get caught with slippers. And they used to say that's what Crips do. I ain't gonna lie. I'm from the hood, I'm from Pueblo, right? So in the hood, they used to be like, if you got slippers on, you gotta do 52 push-ups because that's what Crips do. You know what I'm saying? As far as wearing slippers around their hood, you slipping with the slippers. So now I see what they mean. And me, I used to be everywhere, nigga, in my Nike slippers, nigga, on my mama. Nigga, that's after the fact that KP passed away. I used to always be in my slippers, but thinking about a story that happened like that, this to show you why you should never have your slippers on. But as y'all see, like I see, he said he'd never get caught slipping. You feel me? He always got an automatic weapon at all times. But this time he didn't. Ain't nobody strapped 100% of the time but the police. Ain't nobody strapped 100% of the time, nigga, but the police. Because if the more you strap, nigga, it increases your chances of going to jail. Because, nigga, you ain't no security guard, nigga, working all the time, nigga. You ain't no police officer, nigga. You ain't in the army, nigga. Your strap is for some gang banging ass shit, and that's how they feel, to protect your hood, the block crap. Feel me? But I ain't gonna, make this shit too long. We finna get this shit back going, man. Let's get it.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about KP from the Rollin Hunnits. We're going to break down everything from his cases to how he was murdered by the 107 Hoovers, and how they were arrested a year after his murder. But let's dive right into it. KP was one of the most known faces from the Rollin Hunnits. The Rollin Hunnits would pretty much control the whole Westmont district, and some of their main enemies would be the Hoovers, the Inglewood families, and the 99 Mafias. In around 2015, they would be in a heavy war with the Hoovers, the A-Tray Gangsters, the Shotgun Crips, and the Payback Crips out of Gardena. There would be shootings back and forth, and at one point, KP would even post a video on his Instagram of him and a few Rollin Hunnit members catching some people from Shotgun at the mall, and they would have him run into the back. But some would say that KP was a shot caller and one of the generals of the Rollin Hunnits. And KP would catch his first adult case at the age of 23, where he was arrested on July 27th of 2011. And they arrested him and one other person from the Rollin Hunnits for 2 counts of robbery. He sat in the county jail for about 2 weeks, but on August 12th of 2011, they allowed him to post the $50,000 bail. He was then able to stay free and fight this case from the streets for about a year, but on July 31st of 2012, he would take a plea deal on this case. And he pled no contest to count 1, and he had count 2 dismissed due to the plea negotiation. And luckily for KP, they would give him 3 years of probation for this case. And that would pretty much be the only case that KP caught. But like we said, in 2015, the Rollin Hunnits would be in a heavy war with multiple gangs. And unfortunately in 2015, KP, whose real name was Kenneth Peavy, would lose his life at the age of 27. And he was shot on July 17th of 2015 on the 1600 block of West 109th Street in Westmont. Detectives would say that KP made arrangements to meet a friend on 109th Street near Hobart Ave. And while KP was waiting, a dark BMW would drive by and open fire on him. KP would then run away, and multiple passengers of the BMW would jump.
So, when this shit first happened, me and my sister, we was talking about this shit. She was saying like, nah, he was supposed to know his hood. He was supposed to know what yard you know, to run in and shit like that. I'm like, man, if you think you meeting a female or something, you think it's safe, nigga, because, man, nigga, you a trophy, nigga, you let motherfuckers call you outside your house, nigga, at 12:45 a.m. in your slippers. Nigga, y'all underestimating y'all enemies? Y'all underestimating y'all ops? I don't do that. I don't underestimate my enemies or my ops, man. Listen, I ain't no telling what they try to do to me if they catch me. I ain't underestimating no nigga if we about to fight, nigga. I don't give a fuck, nigga. If you, nigga, 4'7", nigga, I don't give a fuck if you 6'8", nigga. That 4'7", nigga, I'm finna fight you, nigga, like you 7 feet, nigga. Cause I don't know, nigga, your talents, nigga. I don't know how well you can fight, nigga. I'm my mama, so I'm finna give you the fight of your life, nigga. I'm my mama, I'm finna give you the fight of your life, the best fighters, whatever, you know. And I say that shit too, nigga. I know who I am. You feel me? But what I don't say is that I'm never going to get caught slipping. Because I always run into people that have seen me on YouTube. You know, it just always be like, you know, some good Lincolns type shit. You know what I'm saying? I always run into people that may have seen me on social media, you know, and know who I am, know where I'm from. But it be like some good, I guess, good run-ins. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't nobody with ill intentions on me as far as I know. But as far as me texting a female at 12:45, nigga, or even one of my friends right now, nigga, I already told you on my last couple reactions, nigga, don't call me to come outside when I'm tucked in the house with baby, nigga. I'm with my dogs, nigga. I probably got my feet kicked up, nigga, sipping on some liquor, nigga, watching TV, nigga, watching Raising Kanan, nigga, or something like that, or The Shy or something, nigga. I'm not coming to my house. I'm not coming. Don't call me. I'm my mama. If you need a ride, shit, I send an Uber. But it's no reason that you in your house, nigga, in your basketball shorts, nigga, in a t-shirt and some slippers, that you finna trust to meet up with anybody outside your doorstep, nigga, past 12:45 a.m. Nigga, don't nobody operate at that time, nigga, but the devil's workers, nigga, and motherfuckers operating in sin, homie. That's crazy. Respectable Rants, you know, he kind of putting it into perspective a little more for me, because we was always wondering. Like I said, I was chopping it up with my sister when this shit happened. You feel me? She felt like he should have knew his hood better to be able to get away. I'm like, shit, you don't know how it went. Motherfucker, to be that comfortable with a cell phone and slippers, nothing else, nigga, you trusted too much. You trusted too much, my nigga. Ain't no way. And I could have been a coincidence. He was planning to meet a female or your homie, whatever, and then a black BMW was pulling up at the same time with a car full of your enemies. I don't know, man. I think setups and back doors. That's what I think. I don't believe in coincidences. Unless I just run into you on some random shit, you know, but I don't believe in coincidences that at this time I'm supposed to meet somebody I know, that we made arrangements to meet up. Nigga, if I make arrangements to meet up with somebody, nigga, and it look iffy, I'm feeling iffy, it look fishy, nigga, I'm busting to you, I'm turning, I'm not going, nigga, and I'm not answering my phone, nigga. I done been in situations where, you know, I'm in the streets or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I am a street nigga, like, I don't do nothing, I don't do no crimes, you know, I'm no longer in the streets, you know what I'm saying? But when I was in the streets, I remember I was dealing with this dude, right? And, you know, we was doing business and everything was smooth. But then one time this nigga went to jail. And then the nigga, he got out. And, you know, I met up with the nigga again. The nigga sweating, he showed, and then he putting in an order. How you gonna put in an order, this big of an order, you feel me? And you can't even make this purchase. You showed on paper right here. You feel me? Nigga sweating, he looking over his shoulder and shit now, he nervous. I'm like, look, this nigga right here, he planning to do something to me. Or this nigga working with the police. Man, listen, I stopped answering that nigga call. That nigga like, come on, man, I'm not trying to set you up with nothing. Who the fuck said you was trying to set me up? I ain't never even responded to you. Who the fuck said you was trying to set me up? Because I never told you that. But I felt like you was, though. But who told you that? How did you know that I knew that you was trying to set me up? So, like I said, you got to have discernment in these situations. And that could have turned out bad. Because I'm looking at what a nigga got to spend for this order right here. And the nigga ain't got the money for this right here. I got to turn the nigga down for this right here. And he like, all right, I'm going to get 10 of them. It just making the order too big. I know you can't afford one of what I'm offering, so how's you putting that order for 10? And like I said, he's sweating and shit. So I had to make a decision. Like, am I going to take the risk to do business with this nigga? Might have to knock this nigga off. You feel what I'm saying? Because the order you placing is too big. Am I going to risk? I'm already taking the risk dealing with the nigga, you know, because we in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I don't know this nigga personally. I don't know this nigga mama. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the streets. But we well protected out here in the street. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make a decision. Do I want to risk popping this nigga top? Him trying to kill me? You feel me? Him giving me a case, nigga? On my mama, nigga. So I made the choice, nigga, to go cold turkey with doing business with that nigga. And I left that nigga alone on my mama. And I'm, nigga, years later, nigga, I'm still here to tell y'all niggas about it. So yeah, I got a little street knowledge, my young niggas. Y'all can soak a little game from me. Feel me? I don't mean to talk too much, but I'm just telling y'all, you gotta know when situations ain't for you, and you gotta know when to turn shit down, and we're gonna get the fuck out the way. But listen, man, we're finna get this shit back going. Let's get it.
Jump out and chase him. And the shooting happened around 12:45 in the morning, but he was pronounced dead on the scene at 7:34 in the morning. Detectives would say when they arrived, they found KP in the front yard of a residence, and he had a gunshot to his upper torso. And they would have no suspects at first, but they would say that the shooting was gang-related, and everything was caught on camera. And on the camera, they would see two shooters chase KP while shooting at him. And as the shooters were driving away, they would see the BMW driving by, and they would see somebody else creeping behind the car that did not shoot. And this right here would be KP running away from the shooters and running into a side yard. And it looks like KP was hiding behind that bush because the shooter would shoot behind the bush right there. The first shooter would then run away, and then you'll see the second shooter approaching. The second shooter then shot a couple of times and then ran off. And detectives would say that they believe that KP was a victim of an ongoing gang war. They would say that they believe that KP's murder is linked to another murder that happened in March of 2015, where a 24-year-old man named Cleveland Ross Jr. lost his life at an AutoZone. And 3 other people were shot in that shooting, including the victim's father. And Cleveland Ross Jr. went by Red Bang, and he was from 107 Hoover. An informant told police that on the day that Red Bang was murdered, Tunchi 5 and Baby Hound seen him at the AutoZone. And he would tell him that Tunchi 5 and Baby Hound drove to 105th Street and Normandy Ave, where they met up with a bunch of Rollin Hunnit members and said they just seen Red Bang at the AutoZone. And they would say that Tiny Fly, who was a member of the Rollin Hunnits, asked the group what they wanted to do, and that's when the group would respond and say, let's go over there. And they would say that they used the car method, which is a gang technique where 3 cars are back to back, where the front car and the back car protects the shooter's car. And they would say that Tunchi 5 went with Jefferson in the front car. And they would say that Johnson got into his BMW, and behind him was Demetrius. And Demetrius was in a burgundy Buick with Tiny Fly. Jefferson and Tunchi 5 would arrive at the AutoZone first, and they would circle the parking lot a couple of times until the other 2 vehicles arrived. And once the other 2 vehicles pulled in, they would all park in the parking lot. And Jefferson, who was the first person arrested, would tell police that when they arrived in the parking lot, he saw Red Bang attempting to start his vehicle. He would then say that he got out the vehicle and attempted to walk towards the other BMW that was there. And as he was walking to the BMW, he saw Tiny Fly, who was in the Buick, reach over and start to shoot at Red Bang. He would then tell him that he ran back to his vehicle and all 3 cars left, and he followed the Buick out the lot. They would make arrests fast for this case, but only Tiny Fly, Jefferson, and Johnson were charged. Demetrius and Tunchi 5 were not charged. And the murder of Red Bang would intensify the war with the Rollin Hunnits and the 107 Salos. And they would say that after that murder in March of 2015, and before KP was murdered, there was another shooting in the Hoovers, to where somebody was shot, but he didn't gangbang, but lived in the Hoovers.
And you know what? Because I had originally thought the KP shit had started in 100 Days, 100 Nights, but it was shit leading up to KP's murder that also played a part. And you know, the whole 100 Days, 100 Nights. And you know, I did a reaction video on the shooters that Tiny Fly from Rollin Hunnits did. You know, he's locked up right now. So they just, respectable rants. He's just going through the paperwork and the facts, you know, what happened. And that make a lot of sense. Like, niggas at war, niggas gonna go back and retaliate. Of course. Like, the police be acting like it take science to realize that. But man, like I said, man, you do a crime nowadays, you're gonna get caught. There's cameras everywhere. As y'all see, it only took 1 camera to get these niggas from Hoovers caught. You feel me? It took the AutoZone camera to get this nigga Tiny Fly. Feel me? He was out the way for a minute, but clearly 25 and whoever else got away, they knew what the fuck they was doing. You feel me? Some niggas got enough influence to get your ass to crash out and get your ass to jump out and prove yourself while they just there and they just get the credit. Cause now we 2G5 here trophy. We know him for sliding and everything. But all he gotta do is tell the right crash out to do it. They gonna get the time. He gonna get the credit. I just said, kids, stay out the streets. It ain't what you think. Saw an illusion full of confusion. Stay out the way. Let us see another day, man. But listen, we finna get this shit back going. Let's get it.
But after KP was killed, a few Rollin Hunt members would take to social media, and they would post how they're gonna get revenge for KP, calling it 100 days, 100 nights. And police would say that on July 25th, which would be 10 days after the murder of KP, there were 6 shootings reported between Vermont and Western Ave. And they would say that they believe that all them shootings are related to the murder of KP. But at first there would be no arrest made in the murder of KP. But after almost a year, they would offer a $10,000 reward. And on May 1st of 2016, they would add KP's case to the LA's Most Wanted. And they would also release the video of KP's murder to the public. And they would also include distinct descriptions of the shooter, like how both shooters didn't have any masks on, and how the second shooter was shooting left-handed.
Tonight on LA's Most Wanted, only about 10% of the world's population is left-handed, which makes southpaws relatively rare, and it could help to identify one of the shooters in an especially brutal, unsolved murder.
The second suspect runs in as well. You actually see him holding the gun and firing 2 rounds.
He's the left-handed shooter. Investigators believe more men and at least one more car were on 109th Street when Peavy was shot.
In the background, you'll be able to see a vehicle driving by, which we believe is a dark-colored BMW SUV. So we knew somebody's driving this BMW, and you see a 4th suspect on foot behind the BMW.
There was a lot of firepower and manpower used to kill Peavy.
And after that video was released and they offered the $10,000, they would get a bunch of tips. And them tips would lead them to the 107 Hoovers. But a year and 2 months after the murder of KP, detectives would make an arrest on September 15th of 2016. And they would arrest a 107 Hoover member named Killer Clock, aka Papa Ugly, and 4 others. So in total it would be 5 people, 4 dudes from 107 Hoover and a female. And they would charge all 5 with 1 count of first-degree murder, and they would charge Killer Clock and the other 2 people that already had a felony with 1 count of possession of a firearm by a felon.
Man, these niggas be having a disrespectful name, you feel me? That KC, you know, Killer Block, you know, that's disrespectful, just like Killer S-Word or Killer Salo, Killer, you know, Hoover, you know, Killer Blood type shit. You know, I'm trying to keep it respectful. Y'all know the derogatory term, but we trying to keep it respectful on this channel. We ain't trying to disrespect nobody. But as y'all see, when money get involved, nigga, they put an award on it, nigga. Everybody who you thought was your friends, nigga, that had your back, nigga, understand the motherfuckers you going back and tell about the murder, you know, because to me, this murder, kill shit, this like a broke nigga sport. Like, you know, you got niggas that get money, they not really doing all the killing. But the broke niggas, you feel me, and the niggas with the least amount of ambition, you feel me, they crash out, they go on the missions and shit. You know what I'm saying? So this a broke nigga sport. So when you go brag, you going to brag to more motherfuckers that's broke. You know, so when they hear $10,000 reward for telling on these niggas, they gonna get caught anyway. Somebody gonna do it, why not it be me? Nigga gonna drop that dime, nigga could be your homie. It could be the nigga that y'all told y'all was finna go slide that chose like, nah, I'm not gonna go in this one. That one person you told, all it take is 1 camera, nigga, 1 witness, nigga, 1 snitch, nigga. On my mama, 1 nigga to go against the grain can sink the whole ship. Kids, stay out the streets. It ain't what you think. It's all an illusion full of confusion. But listen, man, we finna get this shit back going. Let's get it.
But they would say that Killer Clock was the left-handed shooter. Clock is how you diss the block Crips, and Ugly is how you diss the underground Crips, which would both be a part of the Rollin Hunteds. And the little crazy twist to this story is that Killer Clock, his father is Banker T from the Rollin 60s. And Banker T was killed in 1994 by another Rollin 60s member. And they would allege that the other shooter would be KS from the 107 Hoovers, aka Killer Smut. But all 5 suspects from 107 Hoover would have to sit in the county jail for the next 5 years fighting this case. And on March 2nd of 2021, one of the co-defendants with the last name Garrett would plead no contest to 1 count of voluntary manslaughter. And they would give him a total of 13 years, 3 years for the actual crime, plus 10 years for a gang enhancement. And after that, the female named Tanisha would take her plea deal. And she pled no contest to voluntary manslaughter on August 25th of 2021. And they gave her 11 years in state prison. And the next co-defendant with the last name Haywood would take his plea deal on September 13th of 2021, where he would plead no contest to 1 count of voluntary manslaughter. and they gave him 6 years in state prison. And the next person to take their plea deal would be KS. He pled no contest to voluntary manslaughter on October 5th of 2021, where he would have the other 2 counts dismissed. And they would give him 17 years in state prison, 6 years for the actual crime, plus 11 years for enhancements. And the last person to take a plea deal would be Killer Clark, and he would plead no contest to voluntary manslaughter on October 19th of 2021. And they would give him a total of 12 years in state prison, 6 years for the actual crime, plus another 6 years for a strike enhancement. And 4 out of the 5 suspects would already complete their sentence in their home right now. But as for KS, he's eligible for parole in December of 2029.
Them niggas got sweet deals. Like, y'all niggas caught a body, you feel me, and nobody got caught a L. Everybody on their way home or already made it home. That's crazy. I wonder why it was a voluntary manslaughter or manslaughter period. Was it because they didn't actually intend to kill him? You know, because, all right, all they did was shoot twice type shit, or what? Or that was just, like, really a coincidence. That'd be crazy if that was really a coincidence. Because the first thing coming to my mind is back door, set up. But listen, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. But listen, man, rest in peace to KP. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't got to say free the Hoovers because they on their way home, and a lot of them free already. But listen, man, stay out the streets. It ain't what you think. It's all an illusion full of confusion. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Not later, but right now. My name is Young Woo. This is On the Block News.
I be on the block like when crack first hit. If I'm feeling iffy, then my gag gon' spit. I am not a rapper, I don't cap about shit. Dope boy, state of mind, I'ma trap till I'm rich. I be outside like when crack first hit. If I'm feeling iffy, then my gag gon' spit. I am not a rapper, I don't cap about shit. Dope boy, state of mind, I'ma trap till I'm rich. First nigga outside before sunrise. Old school ways, but I'm still a young guy. A real trooper, I be grinding on the front line. Hungry for the money, I'ma eat like it's lunchtime. Really out here, nigga, let's go band for band. Made a lot of transactions, I'm talking hand to hand. Based on the statistics, I never had a chance. Still I sketched a blueprint and I'm out the plan. First case crash, took me in for crack rock. 54th and Duwarty, that was the crack block. Stood solid, never folded like a laptop. Trying to get to school, getting banged on at the dad stop. Can you give me a pistol is what I ask Pops. Late nights walking through the ops on Ascot. Really repping for the team like a mascot. Doing stupid shit, I could've really got my ass shot. Second charge that I caught was a gun case. Got bail money, I ain't got a fundraise. Still remember being broke with a fun day. I overgrind cause debts can't go unpaid. So I'm serving like way to serve lunch trade. The 2 doors a Challenger, not a Mustang. Chop them down like a barber, it was one phase. Cameras everywhere, we gon' flush it if they come raid. Nigga, on my block like when crack first hit. If I'm feeling iffy, then my gag gon' spit. I am not a rapper, I don't cap about shit. Dope boy, state of mind, I'ma trap till I'm rich. I be outside like when crack first hit. If I'm feeling iffy, then my gag gon' spit.